Welcome to another edition of Currently in Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. On today's program, we chat with Philip Chong from Quincy Asian Resources and learn all about their upcoming annual August Moon Festival later on this month. It's the 32nd annual this year. First, though, we check out the weather and the news for you this morning. Currently in Quincy, we've got beautiful sunshine out there, 78 degrees right now. It's nice and dry. It'll climb into the low, comfortable 80s this afternoon. Tonight, just might be able to open the windows for a change to get some fresh air. It'll be comfortable with lows in the upper 60s. One day of Triple H weather tomorrow, turning more sticky. Maybe an afternoon thunderstorm. High tomorrow near 90 degrees, but it gets comfortable again on Sunday with sun and clouds, about 80, and very pleasant on Monday with lots of sunshine and a high in the low 80s. Again, sunny, 78 in Quincy right now. In the news today, now that August is upon us, MBTA commuters are anxiously anticipating the opening of the Wollaston T station here in Quincy. The T has pledged to reopen the station this month after the $36 million renovation project over the past year and a half. It made the station completely handicapped accessible. And the station now has 3 new elevators, 2 new escalators, 2 new stairways, new bathrooms, and energy-efficient lighting. The station also has new electrical, fire protection, security, flooding mitigation, and parking upgrades. So far, though, no opening date has yet been set. South Shore YMCA of Quincy has received a state grant to fund 2 new counselors at the Y's Camp Quirk here in Quincy. Those new counselors will work to promote the health of young campers through nutrition programming, healthy eating, physical activity, and more. The Y says they've used the $3,400 grant to help fund an aquatics specialist to help kids learn how to swim, and a sports specialist who's helping to bring different and unique games to the kids. Attorney General Maura Healey visited Camp Quirk recently to meet with one of the new counselors. Healey's office sponsors the Healthy Summer Youth Jobs Grant Program, previously awarded the Y a $70,000 grant for teacher instruction. Well, this past week's 25th annual Food Fest and auction to benefit Father Bill's and Mainspring homeless shelters of Quincy and Brockton being called a huge success. Over 500 people attended the event at the launch at the Hingham Shipyard, enjoyed menu items from over 40 local restaurants, and also bid on items ranging from trips to tickets for sporting events. Supporters raised over $350,000 for the organization. Jennifer Payne, a former resident of the shelter, said it really helped her get back on her feet after a difficult time in her life.
And also, thankfully, due to Father Bill's helping me maintain my sobriety and get back on my feet, I was able to repair the relationships in my life with my family. While at Father Bill's, my child came back into my life. My mother came back into my life. My stepfather came back into my life. My brother came back into my life. I could go on and on. So out of a really difficult situation, being homeless and literally having nothing, no job, no money, no nothing, I walked into Father Bill's and within 12 weeks received many of the tools and many of the things that I needed to change my life going forward. I'm very grateful for those opportunities.
This year's event also honored Quincy attorney George Burke and his family for their support over the years. It also marked the 10-year anniversary of the death of Father Bill's founder, Father William McCarthy. A special stone cutting demonstration will be held tomorrow at the Dorothy Quincy Homestead here in Quincy. Alfred Bina from the Quincy Quarry and Granite Workers Museum will be at the historic homestead and show how stone cutters split stone during Quincy's heyday as the Granite City. Bina will also explain the history of granite quarrying in Quincy and provide information about his museum, which is located at the Lyons Turning Mill on Raschuti Drive in West Quincy. Tomorrow's demonstration, an open house at the homestead, is being held from 11 to 2:30. The last tour will leave at 2 p.m. The event is free and open to the public. Now that you are up to date with weather and news, let's check out our programming lineup for later on today here on Quincy Access Television. It all starts with a replay of this program currently in Quincy at 5 o'clock. After that at 6 p.m., Sound Advice with attorney Tom Williams.
Hello, folks. I'm attorney Tom Williams, and welcome to Sound Advice.
Currently in Quincy, the interviews at 6:30 tonight. We feature the Quincy Council on Aging. Then at 7 o'clock, this year's Quincy Recreation Department Dance Clinic. A Currently in Quincy interviews program at 7:35 featuring the Quincy Tennis Club. Then at 8 o'clock, the 215th Army Band Concert from back in July at Veterans Memorial Stadium. More music at 10 p.m. this year's Porch Fest performances tonight, Wollaston Hill, Part 1. Check out Channel 9 every day, learn about Quincy City Departments, different committee activities. We'll start at 5:30 with Quincy in Focus. It's a new In Your Neighborhood with Ward 6 Councilor Bill Harris tonight at 6 p.m. 6:30 FYI from the Quincy Health Department, learn about tuberculosis. This year's John Quincy Adams Presidential Wreath Laying Ceremony at 7 o'clock.
252nd birthday of John Quincy Adams.
8 o'clock and at the Library Concert Series tonight, it's Albino MB. And find out what's happening at your library in the new month of August at 9:05 tonight.
Welcome to At Your Library.
Get a complete program schedule over on our website. Just go to qatv.org and click on Program Schedule. Don't forget, do please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can always check out our weekly ad, too, in the Quincy Sun. Coming up, we take a look at a few of the current events and activities being shown on our electronic bulletin board on Channel 8 for your information. Please stay tuned. We're back with you in just 1 minute. Welcome back. Here is a check of some of the current events and activities that are featured right now on our electronic bulletin board on Channel 8 for you to know about. Tomorrow is the Flea Market Craft Fair at O'Brien Towers over on Bicknell Street in Germantown, and you're invited to stop by from 9 to 3 to support the Crowley Court Tenants Association. There'll be some refreshments available. If you have questions, call Grace 617-471-0738. Tomorrow is also the last of the Saturdays in the Park celebrations at Safford Park on Beale Street in Wollaston. Should be a beautiful day. Stop by from 10 to 6. Enjoy a craft beer garden, food, live music, and family fun. It's free admission. Visit the website wollastonhill.com for all the details. Going to be a Veterans Music Festival and Expo coming up on August 11th from 10 to 4 at Pageant Fields. This is going to be a free food, games, health and wellness information, a veterans benefits information booth. There'll be employment information, even free Hep C screening. That is open to veterans, their families, and first responders as well. And the 11th annual fundraising fair at the Fenno House in Wollaston is coming up August 16th and 17th from 8 to 3. It'll feature a yard sale and a fair. There'll be raffles, food, and a whole lot of fun. The website to learn more about it, fennohouse.org. And if you have an event or an activity you would like to promote, visit our website, qatv.org. Download a bulletin board request form. Just fill it out and send it in. Get that message up here on Channel 8, too. Coming up, we get all the details about this year's annual August Moon Festival here in Quincy. That's next. Welcome back. There's no debating the signature event in the city of Quincy in the month of August certainly is the August Moon Festival. This year is the 32nd annual, and I did a little math just because I couldn't believe it, and it's true. 1987 is when it all started. So Philip Chong, Executive Director from Quincy Asian Resources, has stopped on by with some information about this year's event, but also a little background about Quarry and about August Moon. So Mr. Chong, great to see you again.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure.
You can call me Philip.
All right, Philip. Yep.
Yeah. Joe, you know me for a while.
After all these years, right? Actually, how long have you been at Quincy Asian Resources?
2 years.
Has it been 2 years?
Since April 2017.
Okay.
So just a little past 2 years. Time flies.
It really does.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed it so far? Is it what
Love
you
it.
expected? Yeah.
Time of the life.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
What have been some of your accomplishments over the past couple of years?
I
that
would
you're
say
proud of?
nothing.
No. Well, you and your staff. How's that?
The team and everyone been great, and we've been partnering with a lot of key initiatives with the city. We have done some great job in terms of mobilizing our services, expanding our services to create more accessibility for immigrants and elders, for the teens. We opened our first street level service center in North Quincy at 275 Hancock Street last year with the partnership with South Shore Bank. And more. You caught me. We have done so many great things, and one of the things that we have launched about 16 months ago is called Workforce Enterprise. Is partnering with organizations in different sectors like healthcare, higher education, service sectors to help them to expand their impact and services to the Asian and immigrants. And we started the partnership with Eastern Nazarene that you had.
Right, of course.
You have an interview with us.
Yes.
And then South Shore Hospital, Tufts Health Plan. And then last year we started the partnership with Brooks Brothers, is a major manufacturing for men clothing, and we're just creating lots more pathways for immigrants for different career. So that is something that is key, especially for the workforce enterprise. For example, at Brooks Brothers, there's over 600 immigrant workers working there.
Wow.
So besides providing workforce development, we are also serving the entire immigrant workforce on site. Yes.
Talk about a satellite location.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So ESOL, citizenship class, field trips, healthcare related initiatives. So we see this is more innovative and more client centric because a lot of immigrants couldn't afford to take a day off to come to our center. So how can we serve the immigrants in the other way? So that's a model that we're doing.
Bring it to them, right?
We're doing great. So we expanded to Randolph.
Yes.
Last year.
That's right.
And with the partnership with the Randolph Public Schools and the RICC, and with Brooks Brothers, we have last year we expanded to the Merrimack Valley. And
really?
Yes, because they're located in Haverhill, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And then we start serving immigrants, Asian and other immigrants in Lowell. And with the success with Brooks Brothers, we also got a major U.S. military clothing manufacturing, East Boston, have a same model that what we do for Brooks Brothers starting in Boston.
Okay.
So we're serving immigrants in Boston starting 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so you've done quite a bit in 2 years then.
Just a little thing
just a couple
since
of
you
things.
started it. So, but it's just very exciting. The immigrants in terms of their needs and the trajectory that we can help them to go to is sky's the limit. And we see that there's so many things that Quarry can provide to create more upward mobility.
Yeah, I'm surprised at the outreach outside of the community and North Shore. I mean, it's a whole different spectrum, really.
Yes, yes.
How did that happen? Why is that happening?
So the Brooks Brothers was the key. They reached out last year, and they had a problem finding workforce in their sewing positions.
Gotcha.
And they need a lot of sewers because of the global demand of luxury products. And with the low unemployment rate historically, and then with different policy, they really drying up with that workforce funnel. So the headquarters in New York was being creative and searching for, they're looking for immigrant workers,
Yeah.
especially Asian. So they were thinking, where has the largest Asian population in Massachusetts? So they went on Google, they typed Quincy,
Yep.
and they're looking for Asian.
Okay.
So what came up first? Quincy
Asian Resources.
So that was such
Okay.
a serendipity.
Yes.
But at the same time, the leadership of Corey is innovative, and they were evolving. So they see this as a great opportunity to expand our services. But we're not. Don't get me wrong. We're not leaving in Quincy.
Okay.
We're going to bring more resources to Quincy.
Yep.
We're going to bring more support and expand and improve our services to more people in Quincy. Quincy is our home. We're never going to leave.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're still seeing an influx of immigrants, Philip, coming to the city?
Definitely.
Really?
I mean,
Where are they coming from?
with the real estate, especially
Oh,
in
sure.
that standpoint,
Yeah.
people saying Quincy is getting less affordable,
Right.
but at the same time everything is in comparison from other cities. So there's a big influx in terms of immigrants and Asian want to move to Quincy because of the community. So there's a lot more Asians wanting to move to Quincy, and
Okay.
Quincy actually anecdotally become it's not anecdotal anymore from the number standpoint. It's getting more and more Asian want to move to Quincy
Sure.
because of the community. It's a destination
Yeah.
place.
What's interesting, Asian immigrants have been coming to the city since the 60s.
Yes.
It's not new.
It's not.
There's generations of folks that have been here for
It's
many
not.
years, and they're completely Americanized now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
And they have connections, I'm sure, in China and other Asian countries, and,
Yes.
and they want to stay together as a family, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And as the agency started almost 20 years
Right,
ago,
yeah.
our name is called Quincy Asian
Right.
Resources, but from day one we're serving all different immigrants and people. So historically we have close to 30% of our student population
Yep.
from adult education and other programs is non-Asian.
Right.
So we see big groups from Brazilian community, Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern is growing, I know.
Yep,
Yeah.
Eastern European. So we actually, as an agency, we're hiring a full-time bilingual Spanish speaking
Really?
outreach specialist and also Portuguese speaking
Oh.
to support the growing immigrant population for those
Interesting.
communities.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the city is growing at all levels then, really. Yeah.
It's a beautiful city.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, the Wallaston T station is set to open very soon,
Yes.
reopen, I should say,
Yes.
later this month. I know that's a huge draw, for immigrants and,
Yes.
and young professionals
Yes.
alike. Yeah.
Time really flies
really
because the MBTA project was actually the first workforce enterprise project. Corey partnered with MBTA and the city
Oh.
almost 2 years ago during the winter when
Yep.
they shut down.
Yep.
So we partnered with MBTA to hire 20 bilingual customer services during the shutdown to provide resident support.
Makes perfect sense.
So
yeah.
that was time flies, and we have done some great job and helped to support the. It was, don't get me wrong, it was a inconvenience for the residents, but at the same time, the result is great.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of serendipitous that you'll be able to celebrate August Moon at the same month that the T station reopens.
Yes, yes,
Combine
yes.
the two, I guess.
Yes.
But obviously, the August Moon Festival predates Quincy Asian Resources by many years.
Yes,
Yeah, this
yes.
is the 32nd annual this
Can
year.
you believe that?
No.
Yes. We have a 100-year vision. We have a 100-year vision because I've been in Quincy for 2 years,
Yeah.
and people from telling me 10 years ago how this event was like and the location it was held,
Yes.
and from 32 years ago how it was started. So the vision was, we hope this is from generation passed on to generation, that when I turn, let's say, 100 years old, I can tell you how it was like.
You want to know? I won't be here when you turn 100, that's for sure.
Trust me, we're all going to be
Oh, okay.
with the technology and medicine, right? So this is just really a great event that for tradition, culture, and bring everyone together.
Well, it's
as one.
actually named Best of Boston Street Festival by Boston Magazine
Yes.
last year. That's
Yes.
quite a feather in your cap.
Yes,
It really is.
yes. So we're very lucky.
Yeah.
And Boston Magazine actually came a year before in 2017 as an undisclosed
Oh.
participant. We didn't know that they were observing,
Oh.
assessing. So
A
when
phantom survey, right?
exactly. So when they came to give us the award in 2018, we were really surprised and
Yeah.
honored, and it was amazing.
Well, that's great. I mean, it's been called, and I'll just quote from the press release here from Corey, one of the largest street festivals in the Northeast. So, I mean, not Massachusetts, not Boston, not the South Shore, the Northeast.
Yes, yes.
What, 10,000 visitors, perhaps?
So that we were told that there's 20,000 people came
20,000.
last year,
Okay.
and one of the things that MBTA did help. So from our partnership with the Workforce Enterprise,
Yeah.
they also, in terms of giving support for this event, was starting 2 years ago, MBTA gave us the advertisement spot
Okay.
on Red Line, Orange Line 4 weeks before the event on 150 carts.
Wow.
So they were giving us the numbers that, over 20 million circulation of the passengers.
I'm sure,
So
yeah.
from the last 2 years, we've seen very diverse and change in terms of, people who coming here. We see more and more people not from Quincy visiting and making that as a destination spot for the day. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sunday, August 18th, noon to 5, again on Coddington Street in Quincy Center. It's bounced around over the years, but it's held here for the past few years now. And it
Yes.
seems to have worked out kind of like a giant block party.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
You just shut down Coddington Street from like Washington down to the Southern Artery and have at it.
Is with the city support, with the police, and with everyone, from the volunteer, from the DPW, the park. They've been working so hard. They're making sure that I definitely think it's running in the DNA in the Quincy folks that
no question.
it's a party time,
Yeah.
but they are very meticulous in terms of making sure this is going to run well, and they have been supportive, and the planning been starting months ago. So.
That's great. We have some photos from last year's event we want to show folks
Good.
while you kind of explain what we're going to happen
Sure.
or see this year, if you will.
Sure.
Yeah.
So 32nd years and great performance. A lot of food trucks. There's a beer garden, and we have a child sections at the supports with the YMCA, our
Certainly.
community partner.
Yeah.
There's a petting zoo, pony rides, amusements, and a lot of vendors joining us. And then for this year, we have a lot of great sponsors. Continuously, South Cove Community Health
Yeah.
Center is our presenting sponsor.
great.
They've been supporting this event for many years. This is our 100-year vision. We hope that 100 years later, South Cove is still our presenting sponsor
all right.
and telling the stories. And then we have a lot of great diamond sponsors. City of Quincy, we have Social Hospital, Fox Rock, National Grid, Tufts Health Plan, many, many more. So it's a great event.
We
Yeah.
invite, we will, for the first time here at Quincy Access Television, have a booth at August Moon Festival this year. We're pleased to help support the organization. We invite folks to come on by and say hello to us, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yes,
Welcome.
thank you.
Yes.
It's our pleasure. You left out some important things, though, Philip.
Of course.
Yeah, a
Of
live
course.
mural art demonstration,
Yes.
a Cirque du Soleil juggling act, and also Chef Ashley Gaboreau of Quincy's Idol Hour. She's the one that beat Bobby Flay, and she's
That's-
going to be doing a
that's
little presentation.
Going to be a lot of attention for that.
Yes.
So yes, there's the planning's been since like months ago.
I bet.
So trust me, I'm sure I'm gonna miss a lot more, but everyone's gonna have fun.
That's the idea, right?
Yes.
It truly is a festival, and it's kind of a harvest festival. Is that the overall theme?
Yes.
Is thanking for a successful and productive year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So traditionally, it's a harvest celebrating, at the end of years with the abundant harvest and family gathering, appreciation, and it's the type of tradition that our vision of 100 years that generation to generation.
Sure.
Yeah.
And is there also August Moon in Asia?
Yes,
There
there's a huge. When I was growing up, I grew up in Hong Kong, so you're allowed. There's mooncakes, there's lanterns, and at my generation, I'm a lot older, so my parents allow us to, burn the fires, little things, a little crazy things that kids can do. Usually you couldn't, you don't want to do that. I
No,
just want to emphasize that.
They'll just have a little flame on their
a lot.
smartphone now or something.
A little magic.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but it's also happened in other countries like Southeast Asian countries and stuff like that.
QuincyAsianResources.org is your website to go to learn about this and all things quarry.
That's it. The time's up.
We're done, Philip.
Oh, come on,
I
Joe.
know, it goes so quick.
Yes.
But August Moon doesn't.
Yes.
So we'll see you then.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you all.
Thank you for
Yes.
coming.
Thank you so much for
You're
having
very
me.
welcome.
Thank you.
Just enough time to recap the forecast for you for the rest of the day today. Really spectacular. Lots of sunshine. The humidity is gone. Temperatures in the comfortable low 80s this afternoon. Nice night for sleeping tonight. Maybe open a window. Lows in the upper 60s. We're back to the Triple H weather tomorrow, but it's just here for a day. Near 90 degrees. Nice again on Sunday and pleasant on Monday as well. Thanks again to Philip Chong for joining us from Quincy Asian Resources. Thanks
Thank
to
you, Joe.
our crew. Thank you for watching. We're off on Monday. Join us next Friday. Quincy College President Mike Belotti's here on another edition of Currently in Quincy. We'll see you then.